Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and the Variety Map Pack has finally released. It's available currently on the PlayStation 4 and will be available on the Xbox One as well as the PC in about 1 month's time. As soon as this DLC was finished downloading, the first thing I did was I went into a private match to explore all of these maps. A lot of people like to jump right into the multiplayer, but I find it's very difficult to appreciate all the attention to detail and the true beauty of the map while you're actually playing the multiplayer. You're mostly focused on getting kills and capturing objectives. So I went to a private match, I walked through all the maps, and I found, while doing a walkthrough of these maps, that there are actually a bunch of hidden Easter eggs on all 4 of these maps, and I figured I would share some of these Easter eggs with you guys here in this video. But just know that these are just the Easter eggs that I personally have found. I'm just one person. Chances are I missed out on a lot of them, so let me know down there in the comments if there are any other Easter eggs that you guys have personally found, so we can all try and find them together. Let's start things off here on the map Kill House. This is actually the first map I checked out, and it's also the map that has the most Easter eggs, at least the most Easter eggs that I personally have found. A lot of these are actually going to be references to the campaign, so let's start things off here with actually the hat and the cigar of Captain Price. I personally found this to be a pretty awesome Easter egg just sitting here on this table. This, of course, is based off of the campaign mission where you actually meet Captain Price for the first time. If you walk over here, you see this chair, you actually can find Al-Assad's hat, his sunglasses, a rope. Notice the chair, obviously, and of course, the blood stain there. So if you played through the campaign, you know all of these references right here, and I personally think that is a pretty awesome Easter egg. If you go over here, you can jump on top of this trash can, then get on top of this table right here. You're going to find a cell phone, and if you zoom in on the cell phone, it says COD, C-O-D, and I personally found that to be a pretty awesome little Easter egg. Across the map is going to be another campaign reference, and it's actually pretty cool because it references the end of the campaign, and if you guys don't know, Kill House is based off of the very first mission of the campaign, so I thought that was actually pretty cool. But if you jump on top of this table right here, you're going to find this postcard: Heartbreakers and Life Takers, thanks for playing Semper Fi. And if you ever beat the Call of Duty 4 campaign or the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign, then you know this is actually the postcard you get at the very end. It just kind of shows you this, and of course, some of the main characters are going to be right here in the postcard as well. Some of them died in the campaign, not going to say which ones, I don't like spoiling things, so I thought that was actually a pretty cool Easter egg. Right here, of course, you're going to have the times for the obstacle course. You got Price, Gaz, you got Wallcroft, Griffin, and all the people right there, even Soap, which of course is you as you play through the campaign. Another Easter egg is actually going to be across the map. I was about to say we can just go into spectator mode, but I think it's actually worth mentioning. You can see this Easter egg from inside the map. You jump on top of this trash can right here and jump on top of this wall, and if you zoom in with a sniper rifle, you can see this clipboard, but you can't quite make out what it says. So let's go ahead and change our team to spectator here and fly over here so we can actually get a better look at it. So here's going to be a clipboard, right? And on the clipboard, it says Val Jakuts. I'm bad at pronouncing things. You guys know this. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. But that's actually Estonian for challenge. And what's also cool about it is the fact that that is the name of the ship that we infiltrate in the second mission of the campaign, Crew Expendable. This map, of course, is based off of the SAS training facility where you first start off and you basically do the tutorial missions, right? And you're basically training for that mission where you go and infiltrate that ship. Well, that's the name of the ship on that clipboard, so I thought that was actually a pretty cool Easter egg. The rest of the Easter eggs on this map are actually going to be only seeable via spectator mode. One of them, of course, is going to be this freaking gnome. Why is there a garden gnome all the way up here? I don't quite understand why that's there. You can't see it unless you were to like watch a kill cam of a grenade or something like that that's flying through the air. So why'd they put this there? I have no idea, but I think it's pretty cool they put a gnome here on top of this roof. And if you look outside the map, unfortunately, there are barriers blocking us basically from being able to actually go ahead and see. But if you look outside of the map here, there's a lot of really weird things. Like, for example, that tower which has been knocked down. Why is that there? Is that potentially a reference to the campaign mission Ultimatum where you knock down a tower very similar to that? I think it could be, but again, like, you can't see that from the playable area of the map. You can only see it if you were to watch, for example, a kill cam where you see a grenade flying through the air, or perhaps a grenade launcher. So I think it's kind of cool they put that out there. If you go all the way over here, it's kind of more difficult to see because of the glass. For some reason, in the obstacle course, they put a playground there. You have, of course, the merry-go-round, you have these swings, and you have the slide there, which I personally thought was pretty weird. Like, why is that actually there? Now that I think about it, you also have that farm windmill thing. Was that there in the campaign? I don't think it was, but it's definitely there. And if you look over this way, okay, maybe not that way. You look over this way on this building. It's not showing up on building 4 over there, but definitely shows up on this building. We're supposed to be in the UK somewhere, right? Surely? But for some reason, I can't quite, there we go. I can't quite see this, but isn't that Russian on the back of this building right there? Like, why is that there? Like, I don't understand. There are a bunch of really weird, subtle references and Easter eggs on the outside of the map, and I personally thought that was pretty awesome. Again, I'm sure I missed out on a bunch of them. I'm sure there are definitely going to be more of them here, but these are just the ones I personally have found here on the map Kill House. Now let's go ahead and check out the map broadcast. All right, and here we are on the map broadcast. Now, there's only a couple of Easter eggs that I have personally found on this map. I noticed that Kill House is full of Easter eggs. Broadcast has a couple of them. Creek, I think, only has one, and I can only find one on the map Chinatown as well. So things are going to be a little bit more scarce here throughout the rest of the video here, but they are pretty cool Easter eggs, pretty subtle and pretty awesome. So if you go here inside of the bathroom, you're going to find basically a 2-in-1 reference. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm actually going to accidentally knock down this soap if I go near it. Yep, there it goes. For some reason, it falls through. But you have this soap right here, right? Which basically has the Infinity Ward logo on it right there. Now, I know it's hard to see from that particular angle, so let's check out this bar of soap, which is going to be right here. This is basically the Infinity Ward logo on a bar of soap. That's actually twofold. One, it's an Infinity Ward Easter egg, but two, it's also a Soap McTavish Easter egg. So kind of a 2-in-1 right there. I personally thought that was actually pretty awesome. Now, the other Easter egg is going to be across the way here. If you go inside of this room, you're actually going to find a stock ticker on the wall. Now, this stock ticker is actually going to have a Sledgehammer Games as well as Activision reference on it. So if we wait here, you see SHG, which actually is a real stock apparently, but I personally think it's a Sledgehammer Games reference. And then ATVI, that of course is the abbreviation for Activision. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Now, the rest of the Easter eggs on this map, I can't find any. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of them. Please let me know down there in the comments, but I personally cannot find any other Easter eggs on this map aside from Activision/Sledgehammer and of course the Infinity Ward soap Easter egg. Like if you walk through here, I was sure this area was going to be full of Easter eggs and stuff like that, but I just personally could not find any. So let me know down there in the comments if you guys have found any more here on the map broadcast. All right, and here we are on the map Chinatown, which is a remaster of a remake. If you guys don't know, the original Chinatown from Call of Duty 4 was a remake of a Call of Duty 2 map, but they reimagined it as the map Chinatown. Now, of course, we have it once again here in Modern Warfare Remastered. There is only one Easter egg on this map that I am personally aware of. Now, here's the thing about Easter eggs. A lot of them are references to pop culture, movies, music, and maybe TV shows, anime, and stuff like that. So I'm not going to get every single Easter egg, and I have a big feeling that there are actually going to be a lot of Easter eggs here inside of the DVD store, but I personally don't get any of them. Like, if you walk up to these shelves here, you can see a lot of movies. I personally can't read a lick of any of this, so I personally have no idea if they are actually references to anything. And of course, you have all these things over here, which could be references to things. Again, I have no idea. And then, of course, you have the movie posters. The only thing that I do actually get would be the signs right here, like drama, the untrue story of, family fun, everybody loves speaking furry things. If you go down in here to the basement, you're going to see anime, amazing scrolling backgrounds, sci-fi fantasy, over here geeks, like fun little jokes that the developers actually put in. But aside from that, I personally don't get any references in here, but chances are there are references in here, so be sure to check it out for yourselves. The one Easter egg that I could actually find on this map would actually be the sound of ravens in the background. Of course, Modern Warfare Remastered is made by Raven Software. I thought that was actually a kind of a cool touch. They put the sound of ravens in the background. Now, I did notice you cannot hear them super frequently, and the place I could hear them most often would actually be in this area right here. I found that you can actually hear them easier in spectator mode, but I'm going to stand here and see if we can hear them while just being in the normal map itself. There we go. We finally heard them there. They were very faint and off in the distance there. It took a very long time for me to actually be able to hear that whatsoever. Now, another one that a lot of people may be pointing out is perhaps these are actually going to be a reference to Die Rise in Black Ops 2. I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's just a cultural thing. I don't personally think it's going to be a reference to Die Rise or anything like that, but you can definitely hear the ravens a little bit easier if you go into spectator mode. Again, go over to that same area. I found that you can typically hear them a little bit easier once you're over here in this area, but the higher up you are, the more clear they actually are at times. So yeah, that's the one Easter egg that I could personally find on this map, is you do hear ravens off in the background. Some people may say they're crows. I personally think that ravens and crows sound very, very similar. So who knows? Chances are it's a raven, because Raven Software, I think that would have been a pretty nice touch. So personally, I think it's an Easter egg, but feel free to disagree. And here we are on the map Creek, the final of the 4 maps available with the Variety Map Pack. The one Easter egg that I could actually find on this map, but you think there would be a lot considering it's a freaking giant map. Like, by by far the biggest map in Modern Warfare Remastered. The only Easter egg that I could actually find would be Al-Assad's cell phone. So if you walk all the way over here on top of what I'm going to call Sniper Hill, this is where I am on the map, you're going to find this cell phone here. If you zoom in on it, it's going to say new message, which of course is different than when it said COD back on Kill House. And obviously that's a reference to the cell phone that Al-Assad had. Of course, it's a reference to that barn over there. If you played through the campaign, I'm not going to go ahead and spoil it. I hate when people spoil things, but if you played through the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign, Al-Assad's cell phone, that barn, you probably get the reference right there. So that's actually pretty cool. A lot of references to the campaign itself, as well as a couple of just random ones, like the gnome on top of Kill House, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And I do like the fact that Raven Software is actually taking the time to add Easter eggs to their maps now. It's something they actually weren't doing previously. I actually criticized them a little bit for that. They could have done so many cool things when they were remastering all of these maps, like reference the original game designers with their names and putting them on the wall, or doing different things like that. And they decided to do none of that. In fact, if you still go to spectator mode, you are still basically locked within the actual playable area of the map, whereas back in Call of Duty 4, you could actually go outside of the map via spectator mode and check out some stuff. Like if I were them, I would have made some funny Easter eggs and references on these graves here outside of the map, but they didn't. Just little things like that they could have actually done, but still, they're learning. They're starting to put Easter eggs into their maps. Now, here's the thing. These are the final maps that were originally back in Call of Duty 4, so who knows if we're going to be getting more multiplayer maps. Of course, we're going to be getting some reimagined holiday-themed maps, like, of course, Daybreak, the current one, is full of Easter eggs, so chances are, whatever the event is they're going to be doing next, chances are that map is also going to be full of Easter eggs. And I personally just love the fact that we have stuff like this to explore in private matches. It just adds another layer to the game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know down there in the comment section below what other Easter eggs did I miss, because I'm sure I missed out on a ton of them. I am just one person. I don't get every reference. I tried my best, and hopefully I found some ones that you guys personally missed, and so let me know down there in the comments what ones did I miss. I would love to hear about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.